Quincy College was established in 1958 to meet the demand for accessible higher education on the South Shore. And while the name says Quincy, the Plymouth campus, established in 1991 at Cottage Park, has given a college head start to thousands of local students. To gain some insight into the importance of community colleges in general, and Quincy College in particular, Julie Thompson spoke with Quincy College President Richard DeCristofaro.
Rick, thank you so much for joining us today. Pleasure to have you. Can we delve right into your personal background and how you ended up as the president of Quincy College?
Sure. It's great to be here, and thank you for having me on. I started my career as a teacher in the Quincy Public Schools, and went on to teach and be assistant principal at a couple of buildings, and then a principal, and then on to assistant superintendent. So I was superintendent in Quincy Public Schools for about 20 years, which was wonderful, great experience. So it was somewhat of a natural segue that I apply to be the president. I live in Quincy, so really it takes me at least 5 minutes to get to work. That was a really good thing, but it was really a challenge. You know, there's so many opportunities and so many challenges. So that's really why I decided to come over and interview for this great job.
And you got it, and you love it.
I really do. You're absolutely correct.
Okay, great. So what makes your school unique? There's a lot of colleges people can pick from. What is unique about Quincy?
I think it's our mission. I think the mission, the open access to college, that we really have the mission of helping each and every student one at a time. And I think it's that personal touch, that personal connection, whether it's admissions, advising, and on to our faculty. I think our faculty really gets involved with our students above and beyond the classroom to be able to help them in any way. So that's why, and that's why we meet with so much success with our students as well.
Are your classes of smaller size than a traditional college or university?
Absolutely, they are. We can't go too small, but I think, there are classes beginning really at 7 students, and going up to, we may have some classes in liberal arts that may be 24 or 25. But again, that the faculty knows their audience, and whether you're teaching 7 or 10 students, you're still, as focused as you would be if you had 23 or 24 or 25.
Right. Why is having a community college so important in a place like Plymouth?
Well, the interesting thing is that we're not a community college. We're really a municipal college, the only one in the country. We don't get state funding like other community colleges do, the other 15 community colleges. So we depend only on enrollment. That drives the bus. So that's really the significant difference between us and a community college.
Oh,
but
okay.
The reason why the connection with Quincy College in Plymouth and at Cottage Park, is really because there are so many students, in that area, not only Plymouth Public Schools, but other areas that need something to go on. If they're not going to a 4-year college, or they're not really thinking about a 2-year, we make sure that there's a place for all of those students, number one. And number two, the amount of opportunity that we have, it really fits into the greater Plymouth area. We had a symposium, we had 2 symposiums with our leadership team to talk about, what drives the bus in regard to our coursework at Plymouth. And that's why we've come up with working so much with the health sciences, and making sure that we're covering as many bases as possible. Because when you look at the Plymouth demographics, and where the senior demographic is going, we can deal with students coming out of high school. Our average age is probably about 27, 28 at the college at Cottage Park. So it's seniors that come to us. It's the middle of the road, people, as well as the students. So we try to fit all of our programs to the demographics in Plymouth. And I think when you look at Plymouth and you look at the breakdown, of the demographics of the town, take for instance veterans. So we know that the veterans program, we need to offer a lot of veterans programs and outreach to veterans organizations as well. So that's a small example, but I think more you break it down, the more we can have the courses with data and industry data to fit what Plymouth needs.
Great. So you talked about a couple things there. That was a packed paragraph of information there. Healthcare and how I know you have a new pharmacy tech classroom. I saw a couple pictures that you have fake cadavers that people can work on. So you're really doing a lot in the medical field. Question about certificates versus a degree versus a 4-year degree. Can you just kind of break that down? What is offered now and what might be offered in the future?
Sure. Certificates are much shorter term. And at times there are certain programs that are certificate. Let me give you an example. That we have a phlebotomy program, all right, that we're actually bringing to Plymouth that was never there, but we're bringing to Plymouth in the spring. You have a phlebotomy certificate, which is about 9 credits, 10 credits, and then you have a phlebotomy associates, which brings in, it's a wider depth of work. So a lot more hours of work and more marketable, to a hospital or to any place that uses phlebotomists. So,
and that's people that take your blood, just for anyone who doesn't know what a phlebotomist is?
Yes.
Right, okay,
exactly. Yeah. So, that's really the difference. The certificates are shorter term and still may have a return of investment that is pretty high, The longer you go, is more the associate's degree.
Sure.
And then the employers may be looking far more to an associate's degree person than the certificate. Person.
What about a 4-year program? Are you going to have not a master's, but a liberal arts or a 4-year degree program in any of these?
Yeah. Right now, I'm sorry I interrupted. Right now, we're looking at baccalaureate in business. It's really business management, that deals with accounting and computer science and all that. So there's we should have started in September, but because of regulatory, people were waiting for the Board of Higher Education to have a meeting. When they have the meeting, they'll okay it, and then we can advertise it. So we're not able to share that baccalaureate program. But as soon as they have that meeting, and if their meeting's over at 9:30 at night, 9:31, we're advertising. So we'll have that baccalaureate. So the baccalaureate will begin in business, and that will also be in Plymouth as well. Plymouth residents and students will be able to take part in that. And as soon as we get that going and we have a real successful model in business, we'll start with computer science. That's our next baccalaureate. So the difference between a community college and Quincy College is that we have that adeptness to go on to a baccalaureate, where community colleges are 2 years. So we're hoping that we deal with we work with the community colleges to advertise with them. So when they're done with their 2-year students and they graduate, they come to us of a 4-year. And that'll benefit Plymouth, I think, very, very much.
So a bachelor's degree in computer science or business management. Do you want to then? You have degree programs, the associate degree programs in a lot of different subjects. Are you going to slowly, like an RN, if I want to be an RN, are you going to slowly bring them in for other subjects also, bachelor's programs?
Would love to do that. Yeah. Would love to do that. And I think that because of the regulatory nature of the state, that we need to go slow because we need to have approvals as we go. And plus, for our RN program, our PN program, and for these other programs, you need to have places for our students to do experiences in business. Like for business, we need to create partners. And that's what we're doing at College Park, creating an advisory group of medical, to make sure that we have places for our students to intern, to do practicum. So we're making sure that business partnership is solid. Joe Giannetti is the owner of Cottage Park, and he's helping us out with that.
Sure. And mentioning Cottage Park, what a unique campus for people to be able to go to. What kind of a feedback have you gotten from your students being able to look out onto the ocean?
No, they love that. They love that, and it's just a great. You walk in, it's so unique. First of all, the building is so unique that it's got tremendous character, and I think that actually feeds into our students' education and our faculty's commitment down there to teach in such a unique place. So, no, we're very, very happy.
And finally, how has the pandemic affected Quincy College, and how will it affect, and how have you had to kind of pivot?
Yeah, our enrollment, took a hit with COVID, and I think that we're building back up, and that's the reason why, I think it's so important that we go the healthcare route and really kind of increase those offerings, because I think that's where I think the enrollment is. That's where I think Plymouth, the greater Plymouth area, the industry needs, the data tells us, that's where we should go. And I just think it offers a tremendous opportunity. So the enrollment, is something that we deal with here in Quincy, as well as Plymouth, and we're working so hard to get our enrollment back again.
Right.
So we're trying different things, but I think that healthcare in Plymouth is the way to go. We have the RN program, we have, and the PN program didn't really run, and I really wonder that it's just our marketing, and we need to better market. So we hired a marketing strategist to see, okay, what do we need not only in Plymouth and Quincy. So I think the healthcare additions, we had the home health aide, we had the certified nurse associate, that's also something we're adding down there. The HiSET program, in the HiSET program, we have a nice little grant with United Way of Greater Plymouth. We're adding again CNA the paramedic education.
Yeah. A lot of medical related. I noticed that a tremendous amount of medical related. And my last question to you is workforce development. You hear about this all the time. These are people that are looking 5-10 years down the road and saying, what are the skill sets that are going to be needed for the jobs of the future? How much does that play into your long-term curriculum plans?
No, it plays a very strong role in the college, because when you look at enrollment, and if your enrollment is down, which means your revenue is down, now you have to work with the workforce development and reach out as much as possible to industry. That's where the pharmacy tech program that you mentioned, that's where that came from. It's in Quincy, it's in Plymouth, but it's a natural industry base, and we should really increase our enrollment. That's a workforce development program.
Right.
And then also working with Frontrunner. Frontrunner is down in Cottage Park. It's it's been around for a while. So we go in and we train their employees. So that's the discussion now. So that's the workforce development piece. We get funds to train, and those funds come into the college. So the other thing with workforce development is we have contracts with the Department of Education. So we can work with, say, the Plymouth Public Schools, like we did with Quincy Public Schools this summer, and do online courses, because those teachers need professional development points.
Exactly.
So workforce development can be a contract with the state. We can plug into some of the hotels there and work with hospitality management.
Sure.
Things that. So workforce development is connections from the college to industry and the workforce.
Right,
so
exactly.
It's important to us, very important to us.
Okay, excellent. Well, we've learned a lot about Quincy College and you. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll have you back again maybe in a while to find out how it's all going.
I'm here and available anytime, and I appreciate you talking with me today.
Thank you so much, Rick. Good to have you.
All right.
Thank you, Julie and President DeCristofaro. To show you how adaptive Quincy College and their president is, you may have noticed some audio disturbances. Here's what happened behind the scenes.
Retirement, place. No, is that not true? You want to stop with that?
No. I'm just hearing a lot of banging in the background there.
So sorry. They're on my roof.
Oh, they're on your roof. Oh, okay. Well, that's now that we know. I hope they don't crash down on you.
You want to see them? You want to see the camera? I'll put the camera up there. Watch this. Ready?
No, I believe you.
Can you see them now?
They literally are on your roof.
That's amazing.
That's a riot.
Keep that in the shot.
Yeah, we'll keep this. This is good. This shows this is what you're dealing with, Rick, and yet you're still doing your interview. Yes.
And you want to interview the guys on the roof?
No, that's okay.
Thank you, Julie and Rick. Learn more about Quincy College and what it has to offer you at quincycollege.edu.
If you've enjoyed this video by The Local Scene, please give it a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button. Thank you for watching.